friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Purva. In the last video, we talked about overriding the content in Chrome that enables you to test UI behavior in response to different API responses. Today, we will do the same for Safari. In the next few minutes, what you can expect, two things. One, overriding the content in Safari browser. Two, debugging responsive UI or mobile web in simple terms in Safari. Get started. I'm using MacBook Pro. If you're using Windows, menu might be a little bit different for you, but process will still remain the same. No, Windows में Safari आएगा नहीं. So let's quickly get started. First of all, your app should be running in Safari. That is a prerequisite, of course. Second, you need to go to Safari menu on the top, click on settings. Here we need to enable the web developers option so that we can see the develop menu in the menu bar. Just select it and you'll see this develop on the top. Close the settings, go to develop, and herein you will see some options related to user agent. It can be Safari iOS 17, so you can choose how you would like to test it. Let's keep it as default for now. Now you would like to enable the inspect mode. For that, press command option I from your keyboard and you'll see this tab open over here for inspecting the elements. Now it's up to you. You can configure it on the right, you can configure it on the bottom, or you can configure it on a different window. There are options available here on the top left. Let's say we configure it on the right. Now herein, if you want to inspect the elements, you can go to the elements tab. However, in our case, what we're interested in is overriding the network response. So we'll go to the network response. Simply refresh your window and you'll see the API calls going on over here. Right click on this, select create response local override. When you'll click on it, it will take you to the local override in the sources tab. Herein you can edit this. So instead of Tom, I want to say Megha, and then you can refresh the window again to get it reflected on the window. You see the API response is updated and you can update your UI according to the requirements and you can test your UI. That is as simple as that. Simply same as what you do in the browser for Chrome. There is another way to find the file that you want to override. Instead of by type, you can select by path, and herein you will see multiple requests going on. Then you can find the API that you want to override. In my case, I have only one API, so it's simple. In your case, in a fully fledged website, there will be many APIs being called, so you need to find the right API that you want to debug or override. Second, debugging responsive UI or mobile web in Safari. So you need to choose the user agent that you want to test with. But before that, you will go to the develop menu again, and herein you will see a setting for entering the responsive design mode. When you click this will give you an option to select the size of the simulator. You can also open it with the simulator in your machine. So let's say if you want to test with width 320 and height 600, this is how your website is going to look. And then you can override the content, you can test responsive design in the same way that you do for browser. Like I said, you can also open it with a particular simulator. I have few simulators installed and I can show you what happens when you click on it. So let's say when I click on iPhone 15 Pro, this will open your website in the simulator that you selected. In my case, I opened iPhone 15 Pro, so it opened my website in iPhone 15 Pro, and then you can test it according to your requirements. Again, you see the URL is localhost. In my case, port is 9001. Again, it's your settings, your website. So you can test it in mobile as well. That's how you do it. And that's all for the current video. If you want to know more about how to test the mobile web in a real physical device for iOS, check out my next video. Thanks for watching and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more.